Hello and welcome to another Game Under video. This time I'll be showing you one method that is frequently used to grab tiles or sprites from a Spectrum screen file and arrange them in blocks so that display and sprite routines in a game can make effective use of them. Now, I usually use a program called 7up to draw sprites and tiles individually, but sometimes when I have somebody else producing the graphics for a game, I might receive those in the form of a 6912 byte screen file. So for that I have to write a little program to grab the sprites from the screen and poke the data into memory in a block that can be saved later. This is certainly the case for the shoot 'em up I'm currently working on, so I've spent the past hour or two writing a little basic program to do this for me. Now, this is the first screen the user sees after loading, so the idea is that he can either insert a virtual tape with a .tap file containing a screen and load that, or use the emulator to import a .scr file. Here I'm using Fuse, so we'll just go to the File menu and import a file. So we load binary data. And here we go, the VH tile set, Vengeance Horizon tile set. Now, Windows seems to think .scr files are screensavers, but in the case of the Spectrum, it's a Spectrum screen layout. So, as you can see on the Spectrum screen, it's telling us that the binary has to be imported to 32768 if we're not loading it from tape. And it's picked up that the file length is 6912 bytes, which is correct for a Spectrum screen. So we load that. So with that data imported, let's press a key. And here we are on the grab screen. Now, as we grab each tile, they are stored in the top RAM bank at address 49152 onwards. So this is the screen file we imported to address 32768, and as we can see, there are lots of very nice looking tiles here. I think you'll agree. These are drawn by Jared Bentley, a very good Spectrum artist. I've created some games with him before. So the way we grab the tiles is just to move around the screen with the cursor keys and just press space to grab them one at a time. Now, if I do that right now, we'll see the tile number in the bottom left of the screen and its address displayed there. So the first one will be at 49152, it'll be tile 0. There we go, it grabbed that sprite, or rather that tile, and then let's grab another tile, and that's loaded at address 49184, and so on and so on. And we can just go around the screen grabbing the sprites or tiles that we want in the order that we want them. Of course, if we make a mistake and grab the wrong sprite, say, or tile, let's grab this one, but we didn't want that, so we just press U and we can undo it. Are we going to undo tile 12? Yes or no? Yes, and we've undone it. So then we can replace it with, I don't know, another one. And we can keep going from there. So to view all the grabbed sprites, I can press V. This is pretty slow, as you'd expect from a basic program, but it will display the grabbed sprites one at a time. Thankfully, we don't have that many yet. Okay, the Chronosoft advertising board was the last thing we grabbed. So we press a key, we go back to the grab screen, Once we're finished, we can export the binary by pressing S to save. There is an option to save to tape, as you can see. Save to tape YN, but you'd have to insert a save tape in the emulator, and not everybody knows how to do that. But the other way you can do it is it's telling you the start address of the data and the length of the data, and you can simply export the data, or save binary data in the case of Fuse. And we could export it to, I don't know, jared.bin, and then it asks us for the start address of the code, which, as you can see up there, is 49152. That's where the data starts, and the length, it tells us, is 448 bytes. And that will save jared.bin as the grabbed data for all of our tiles. So now we've done that, let's break into the program, it's written in BASIC after all, and see how it works. Now, the main bit where the player or the user moves the cursor around the screen is at the start of the code so that it runs very quickly. So that's what that's doing at the top there. Line 500 is the save code. Not much to that. Lines 1000 onwards, grab the tile using 4 next loops. And then at 1500, we have the routine to view the grabbed sprites. Line 2000, that's the undo routine. There isn't an awful lot to that. All it does is it says, okay, let's just ignore the last 32 bytes that we grabbed and go back. You can undo again and again in that way. Line 3000 is the startup screen, and then at 4000, we just have an important subroutine to store a variable using a couple of pokes. That way we can restore that variable if we restart the program using the command run, which, as every BASIC developer knows, always clears all the variables. At the end there, you'll see that we have a couple of machine code routines in the form of data statements. The first one just copies the screen data that we've imported to 32768 onto the physical screen address at 16384, which means we get to see the screen that we've imported, and we can then move the cursor around and grab the relevant sprites at the right positions. The second routine just defaults the attributes to bright white on black in case the user just wants to import a pixel-only file which doesn't have any attributes in it, so 6144 bytes of screen memory rather than 6912. So yes, after I've recorded this video, I'll make this tool available for anyone to download. So if you take a look at my page on itch.io, you'll be able to download this tile and sprite grabbing program for yourselves. So hopefully somebody other than myself will find it useful. And just to show that it does pick up where it left off, if we type run, now we've cleared the t variable, which is where the address is stored, but we can just carry on and grab some more sprites, and as you can see we're on to tile 14, address 49600, so it knows it's already got some sprites there in the bank and it's just adding to them, so we don't lose anything by typing run. And just in case anybody does want to see the game that these graphics are for, this is it. Vengeance Horizon. As you can see, a very fast, vertically scrolling shoot 'em up, where the player gets buffeted about by the enemy sprites. So contact with the enemy sprites won't kill you, but it will knock you about, and if you hit something ranged, then you'll lose a life. So Vengeance Horizon, coming soon. Guys, like, comment, share or subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I also have a Patreon account for those who want to support new Spectrum and ZX81 software development.